Here we are to our lesson, our daily lesson of Uke Like The Pros. I'm Terry Carter. We're going to do a music reading example today. I'm going to play through the whole thing for you first, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it. But let me get it up here on the screen for us. Ooh, all right. Let's go through it, sight read it, do the best you can, even if you don't get all the notes, and we'll talk about it at the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the second line. Here we go. And third line, here we go, and last line. This was actually sent to me by one of the Uke Like The Pros members, and I thought this would be a great lesson to go over. Even if you're not strong with music reading, we are going to go through it. I'll help you out the best you can, and you're going to get some stuff out of this. Now, we do jump around in our daily lessons here at Uke Like The Pros for our live lessons. If you're interested in more of a step-by-step curriculum, visit ukelikethepros.com, become a member, and there's a level 1 course, there's a level 2 course, and I have a bunch of lessons that I put up there because we do a new lesson every week, and those are the premium lessons. We almost have 100 lessons up in the site now, and we're constantly growing and adding to them. So that would be a great thing to check out. Now, this is a music reading song in the key of G major. So let me put up the first line for us, because this is an A-A-B-A form, and this what you see on the screen is the A section, meaning we're going to play the A section, play it again, so A-A, then we'll have a B section, which would be something new, and then we come back to this line, the A section again. That's how we get A-A-B-A. Let me play this for you, and then I'm going to help you figure out how to read this and how to play this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it? Yes, that's it. Sorry. 1, 2, ready, and. It's got some slurs in it, which are really cool, and those slurs are going to mean on the ukulele pull-offs or hammer-ons, and we'll talk about that. What do you think of my setting here? I'm in my history of rock class, which is a big theater that I teach in. So, as I mentioned, this is in the key of G major, and what we want to know is the G major scale. So can we play this? If we can play that scale in this position, most of our notes are going to come right from that scale. So let's go over that real fast. We got G major. G is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and notice I'm starting with my 2nd finger. Then we go to A with my pinky, that's on the 2nd string, 5th fret. There's also an A as your open 1st string, and we're going to actually use both of those A's, and I'll tell you why as we get into the lesson. B, 1st string, 2nd fret. C, 1st string, 3rd fret. D, 1st string, 5th fret. And that's with my pinky, and that's all the way up here on the 5th fret. And that's as high as we're going to go. Then we come back down to the 3rd fret C, 2nd fret B, open A, or A on the 2nd string, 5th fret, same note, and back to G. Now we got to go lower, so we go to F sharp, because a G major scale is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So F sharp here on the second string, second fret. Then I can either go to open E, so open second string, or the E on the third string, fourth fret. I'm using my third finger. Then I go to D on the second fret, and that's it. I don't need to go any lower than that. Then back to E, F sharp, and G. Let's play the scale like this. So no open strings. Let's do it as chord notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got G, A, B, C, D. Now back down. Now here's your F sharp, E, D, F sharp, and. If you can do that, you can play this song. Even if your music reading's not that strong, I'm going to help you through that. It rhymes a little bit, song strong. Let's see, we got Errol's checked in and Mary's checked in. So thank you for dropping a line. I always love hearing from all the members. Let's look at this first line, what's on the screen here. It's going to start off on the G, second string, third fret. And then it goes to F sharp. Remember, because of the key signature, all F's in this case are going to be F sharp. And then E. And the rhythm is quarter note, eighth note, eighth note. But if you notice between the, where am I looking at? Right here. Between those two notes, F sharp and E, there's a curved line, and that's called a slur. And on the ukulele, on the guitar, when you see a slur, it's going to be what we call a pull-off. And the way I achieve that is I play the F sharp here on the second string, second fret, and I got to pull off to the open E. The way I'm pulling off is with my first finger, I'm pushing down towards the fretboard and then down towards the ground and letting the string snap off my first finger. And that's how I'm achieving this particular pull-off. So the first three notes again are going to sound like this: 3, 4. Then I go to a D note, which is on our third string, second fret. That's a quarter note, and then back to G on the second string, third fret. So that's the first measure. Let's play it. 3, 4. As we move on now to the second measure, we have an A note. And we're looking right here now. And the A note could either be, as I mentioned, second string, fifth fret, or open first string. In this case, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to play the second string, fifth fret. And that's with my pinky, so A quarter note. Then you notice on beat 2, which is right here, I have a G note going to an A note, and we see that same curved line, that same slur. Now when we go from a lower note to a higher note, in this case G to A, that is called a hammer-on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the G note, and I'm going to hammer on with my pinky to the A note. I'm only going to pick the G note, I'm not going to pick the A note, and I'm going to hammer on with my pinky. So measure 2 starts off like this: 3, 4, with the hammer on. Then it goes to B, which is first string, second fret, and then back to G. So let's play that measure 2. Ready, and. Measure 3 now is going to start on a C note, which is first string, third fret. Then I go to a B, A. The B to A note also has a slur, and because we're going from B to A, a lower note, that's going to be a pull-off. So this is why I'm going to use my first string open, because I'm going to go from B and pull off to the open A. So B is on the second fret, I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to just pull off. And again, for the pull off, what I'm doing is pushing my finger towards the fretboard and then pulling down and letting that string snap off my finger. So measure 3 is going to go C, B, A, B. Now beat 4 goes back to the A, but I got to go to the A on the second string, fifth fret, because I'm going to pull off from the A to the G. Okay, so measure 3 sounds like this. 3, 4. That pull off is hard from the A to the G because I got to use my pinky on the 2nd string 5th fret, and I got to pull it off to the G on the 2nd string 3rd fret. That's your pull off. That's the sound of it. So let's play measure 3. So that's going to start right here. 2, ready, and measure 4 is going to sound like this. There's 2 pull-offs here. First pull-off is going to go from F sharp to G. I'm sorry, that's a hammer on. Remember, a lower note to a higher note. So F sharp, 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Hammer on the G, 2nd string, 3rd fret. That's a hammer on. Then I pull off from A, 5th fret, 2nd string, all the way to the F sharp, 2nd string, 2nd fret. So that's a big pull off like this. And then my last note is a G. So that 4th measure, which is starting right way over there, it's going to sound like this. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Try and miss me. 2, 3, and. Let's do the whole 4 bars now. Again, this is what we call the A section. So from the very beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I haven't mentioned is what I'm doing with my right hand, and I'm alternating my fingers between my index and my middle, and I'm just going back and forth between those 2 fingers. If you prefer to use your thumb for this, that's fine. I'm just doing this more of a classical guitar technique. So that was the A section. Now it's A, B, A. So now we're going to do this section again. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. So. Try to get those pull-offs and those hammer-ons as clear and crisp as possible. All right, let's move on. I see Chris has checked in. Hey, Chris, good to see you. And we're going to go to now what we're calling the B section. This is different now than what we played before. For the most part, we're still in the key of G major. Matter of fact, we are, except there's a couple notes that go out of the scale. Actually, just one note here, this G sharp. Let's play all 4 of these measures, and this is the B section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Has the same feel, but it's slightly different. That's why we're calling it the B section. So let's go over it. The first measure is going to sound like this. So I start off on G again, 2nd string, 3rd fret. Now the next 2 notes are A to B, and that's a hammer on. So I'm going to use the open A so I can hammer on to the B. So it's open A, hammering on to the B on the 2nd fret, and I'm using my first finger. Then I go to C, 3rd fret, and then back to B. Here we go. Let's try it. First measure, 3, 4. Now we jump to the second measure, which is right here, and I go A. And I can hit the open A if I want, but I'm going to choose to go back to this A on the 2nd string, 5th fret, because I got A quarter note, and then notice this note, G sharp. So that symbol in front of that note is a sharp, and it just means to raise it. So if G is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, that means G sharp is going to be on the 2nd string, 4th fret. So I'm going to play that once, and then I'm going to go back to A 2 times its quarter notes. So let's play measure 2, 3, 4. A, G sharp, A, A. Measure 3 now, so we're looking at right here. It's gonna sound like this. Let me play it. 3, 4. Starts off at A, so open A. I'll play open A. Then you're gonna hammer on from B to C, and that's from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. Then I'm gonna reach with my pinky up to D on the 5th fret, and then I go back to G on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. If you notice, the G has this natural sign in front of it, drawn in the air. And what that means is to take that G sharp we saw before and make sure you're playing the G. Now it's unnecessary to have that G natural in there because this G sharp that's right here, when you get to this bar line right there, it cancels it out. So when the composer puts this right here, this G natural in, that's just as a courtesy, it's a reminder. Okay, so let's play this 3rd measure here. 2, 3, 4, so. And now the last measure we see is gonna go A. I'm choosing to play here on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Now I'm gonna pull out from G to F sharp as 8th notes. 3rd fret to the 2nd fret on the 2nd string. And now I have 2 more notes, quarter notes, that's a pull off, but I'm gonna do E, in this case, 3rd string, 4th fret, pulling off the D, 3rd string, 2nd fret. So this 4th measure sounds like this, 3 and pull off. Again, 3 and. Do it with me, ready, and. That's a tough pull off, that last one, the E to the D. Let's play this whole line now. Again, this is the B section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get to the last line, which is the A section again. Remember, A, B, A. So this line is exactly the same like we played earlier. Here we go, 3, 4. The slurs make it sound smoother. The hammer-ons and the pull-offs just help the music sound a little bit smoother. Let's try the whole thing now. Let me get fancy here with our screen. Take that away, and voila! Here we go. Let's try the whole piece now. 1. Actually, let me just try the whole piece. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready and. Second line, which is a repeat. Now the 3rd line and. Last line. And there's our song as we gather at your table. So thank you for sending that in. Thank you for being here. I hope that you did okay on it. Hope you learned something about music reading and also about the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. And I will see you in tomorrow's lesson. And I have a new little outro video that I'm going to take us out in. And then we'll call it a day.